know what, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like a lot of us, myself included, we allow ourselves to get trapped within our identity. And bro, growing up, like my teachers will always go on and on and on about how the words I am were really important. They would go as far as to say those are some of the most important words in the English dictionary. And I'll be honest, I never really understood why up until I realized the power of tongue, bro. Because whatever you say or put after those words truly determine your reality. And if you sit and think about it, bro, like we use those phrases, the phrase I am a lot in our day-to-day. We may not realize it, but like truly, we use that phrase a lot. Oh, I'm tired. I'm lazy. I'm not a gym person. I'm not a morning person. I'm this, I'm that, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, genuinely, we probably say this a lot. We probably say it every day when we're having conversation with just our friends, you know, family, people at work, coworkers, you know, like, it's always an I am, I'm this, I'm that, I am that. Like, come on, fam. That I am phrase is your identity. It's who you are. I think as people, what we need to do is become more self-aware and like take mental notes of when we're using this phrase, because words can be curses, bro. And you could be saying this about yourself in a negative way and giving yourself a negative identity, and it could be destroying your life, destroying your mental. I truly do think, though, we are people of many identities, and our identities are constantly shifting throughout our life. Because as we evolve and grow as people, so does our identity. So does who we deem ourselves as. That all of that changes with us, bro. And I can list the many external variables that play a role in our identity, such as our family, our friends. It could be a significant other. It could be the people you hang around. It could be your environment. You know, it could be anything. But the one thing that it is more than anything else is our mindset. If you could look me in my face and tell me that the person that you are right now is the same person that you were 10 to 15 years ago, I would not believe a single word that came out your mouth, bro. There are so many different stages in our lives, you know, whether it's changing of age, changing of your like where you went to school, you know, where you live. There's so many different things that all play a role in our identity. And I feel like one of the biggest things is quite literally our experiences in life. You probably had a bad experience with somebody in a relationship, and now all of a sudden you think I'm not a relationship type of person. Oh, I'm not made for relationship. I'm meant to be alone. I'm meant to be by myself forever. And like, bruh, stop it. Or you probably got laughed at, you know, because you did a certain workout wrong at the gym, even though it was your first day in the gym. I'm not made for the gym. I'm not a fitness person. I'm not this, bro. Like, quit it, bro. Hell, I know even for me, bro, when I first started making music and being critiqued was enough for me to be like, oh, I'm not built for this. I'm not built for this. What? Nigga, why I'm not? And I'm not gonna sit here and act like we all define things or accept definition of words the same way. But for me personally, I feel like your identity is a belief fact of being, bro. It's a belief fact of who you are. Like, there are obviously certain things about our identity that we can't change. And you know, those things could be like our age. But it's like, bro, you know that I'm not talking about that shit. Clearly, I'm not talking about the things we have no control over, but the things that we do have control over, again, are belief facts. These are things that we believe about ourselves that we are now creating as fact. These belief facts of beings that I'm talking about are the words that you use after you use the phrase I am. And again, majority of what I'm talking about is negative identities and not so much the positive ones, because obviously, you know, if you have a positive identity, then, you know, in that moment or this moment in your life, the next, the one before, whatever point of your life where you have this positive identity of yourself, maintain it, bro. Maintain it, because there's nothing better than having a positive identity. There's nothing better than saying, I am able, I am capable, I am willing. There ain't nothing wrong with any of that, bro. This is more so for people, and again, including myself, who get stuck with these negative identities, and we make them our life. I know one thing my therapist was always telling me is that whenever I felt like I was lost or trapped in these identities, I should always ask myself, is this 100% true? Is this really who I am? Is this all I'm made for? Are these things that I'm able to change about myself if I was willing to put in more effort? I ain't even gonna lie to you, gang. If somebody were to come up to the old me and challenge my identity, the first thing I'm doing is getting defensive. I'm going off on your ass. Cause who the fuck are you to tell me who I am? Who are you to tell me how I should be? What I can and can't do? I'm gonna go on the whole like this is just who I am. This is how I am as a person. Like, and I'm gonna be real with you. Those are excuses, my nigga. And you know what? Honestly, bro, this goes for anybody. Naturally, the first thing you're gonna do is defend yourself, especially when you feel like somebody's attacking you. But then when it comes to your identity at that. So I say all of that to ask this question. Are you willing to separate from your identity? I don't say that word so much today, it's like, damn, like identity. Are you willing to separate from your identity? It sounds weird when I say identity. Don't it? It sound weird. It's identity, bro. I feel like there truly is power though when you're able to both hold on to a positive identity but understand when you need to let go of negative ones. And I feel like it's so important to let go of negative identities because they become things that we deem as unchangeable in our lives. We accept those negatives and infuse it with who we are as people, and there is nothing good coming out of that. And the reason there's nothing good coming out of that is because when we trap ourselves in the identity, it's not because anyone else is inflicting it upon us, bro. It's us doing harm to ourselves. It's us getting in our own way. It's us halting our own growth, bro. We're leaving little room for any type of development to be made in our life. I know y'all probably like, damn, this nigga just got serious as fuck out of nowhere. The fuck? No, but for real, I didn't even want to get on here and run my mouth too much, but I do want to end this video with this, bro. If you feel like you're someone trapped with a negative identity, try asking yourself these questions, bro. Real simple questions. And no, don't be looking for the answers to these questions here. You gotta answer these shits on your own, nigga. One of the questions you could try asking yourself is, if I didn't have this identity, if this person that I'm viewing as who I am was no longer, what would I have? Who would I be without this identity? And lastly, what can I do right now to let go of this identity? And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, please, always remember, if you don't take anything else from this video, remember this. I'm not here only talking about the negatives. I'm just highlighting the negatives because I want us as people to do better. Because again, with everything that I said, I'm not excluding myself. These are battles that I'm facing right now, internally. I mean, there's good and there's bad identities. We are human, bro. Ain't not a single one of us perfect. Just because a negative identity doesn't serve us, or even a positive one sometimes, just because it no longer serves our life does not mean that it was a mistake. It does not mean that we were a problem. It does not mean that we should look at ourselves as failures, like we let ourselves down. It don't mean none of that. We gotta understand that confronting problems and finding resolution is perfectly fine, bro. There's nothing there that is perfectly fine. It's hard as hell to do, but it's something that we need to do and we need to be okay with doing. When separating from an identity, I like to view it as, you're just entering a new season in your life. And if it's one thing this life is full of, it's gonna be lessons, bro. Every single one of us fall down. Some might fall harder than others, but we gotta get back up. We gotta keep fighting. We gotta stay strong. We gotta persevere. It's just part of life. And lastly, bro, don't let nobody else that bleeds blood like we do try to give you an identity. Try to tell you who you are. Try to tell you what you shouldn't be, what you should be. Do not allow, bro. Somebody come up to you talking crazy, just backhand them twice. When it comes to who you are as a person, bro, only you can make that judgment, bro. Only you. You're the captain of your ship, is the better way to put it. But with you being the captain of your ship, you gotta understand when you gotta turn around sometimes. You gotta let go sometimes. You gotta drop anchor. You feel me? You gotta get rid of dead weight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta throw some people overboard. And you really gonna go through some tough waves, you feel me? You're gonna have to ride through a couple of storms. But in the midst of all that, you just gotta remain headstrong. You gotta stay focused. And just like I said in the last video, don't lose your purpose. Again, it's real hard confronting, hard truths. It's real hard finding your problems and approaching them with solution. It's difficult, it's not easy. But that's why you build community. You surround yourself with people who make that task just a little more easier. They're not gonna do it for you. They're not gonna put in the work for you. But when you fall down, their hand will be right there to help you up. Get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's really all I had to say, all I wanted to say. I wanted to keep it real brief, keep it real short. Indiana just got their ass handed to them. So yeah, I'm about to go to bed. I hope y'all had a great day, great night. I don't know when this video gonna come out, whenever you see it. If it's in the middle of your day, I hope Have a good one. I'm out.